Well, would you look at what we have here? 1979 Ford F250, I believe. Yeah, judging by the 8 lug tires, it's an F250. I wonder where you plug the scanner in on this thing. Let's see what we have for... Oh, this is the hood release. Oh, I think this is the hood release. Do you have to put the key in the ignition in here to release the hood? Seriously? I'll figure this out. Yeah, you have to put the key in the right key. There was 2 keys. Well, anyways, let's go open the hood. So it looks like a 351M, 351 Michigan. And I see it's got an upgraded HEI distributor in it. They've taken the DuraSpark system out of the equation. I wonder what they used for power feed for this ignition. I wonder if they used the original existing power wire. It looks like they did. If I'm not mistaken, that's a ballast resistance wire. So you wouldn't have full battery power to this coil. If they used the existing power wire, they should have used a new run a new wire to bypass the ballast resistance wire. But that's minor. The complaint is the truck has very low power. The engine is a fresh rebuild. It's had a lot of work done to it. First and foremost, we're going to take it for a road test and see how it feels. I haven't driven this yet. It doesn't run all that good cold, that's for sure. Wow. Temperature a bit. You see the fuel gauge doesn't work, so he's probably got a problem with the fuel gauge. He's got an aftermarket oil pressure gauge in it. The one in the dash doesn't work. The temperature gauge hasn't started to move yet. Oh my god, this thing hasn't got enough power to launch itself over a 2x4. My foot right to the floor. Yeah, it just stalled. Feels like the timing is really retarded. Far enough. Have to turn around. Well, it's starting to run a little bit better, but it's still pretty lazy. It's acting like the timing is severely retarded, or there's no timing advance. So we're going to have a look at the base timing and the timing advance. Okay, we're going to start by trying to qualify the base timing on this thing to see if it's timed correctly. So there's a timing mark on the harmonic balancer down there. You can see it right in the middle of the screen now. And I don't see the 0 mark. I'm going to try and highlight it with white paint marker. And got a timing light hooked up to number 1 spark plug, which is on the passenger side front. And we're going to... I've resurrected this timing light. It's probably been, well, probably a year since I've used this timing light. We're going to see what the base timing is. It should be, I believe, 10 degrees if I'm not mistaken. And we're going to also see if the timing advances when we rev the engine up. So I'm laying under the truck looking at the timing marks on the harmonic balancer, and this yellow mark is at 0, and this white, faint white mark is at 10 degrees before TDC. Now that's provided the balancer hasn't shifted or isn't the wrong one on this engine, because they had several different locations for timing marks. So I shone the timing light on it and I didn't see this 0 mark. I'm going to try and highlight this 10-degree mark and this 0 mark with a white paint marker, and then have another look at the actual timing on this thing. We may have to find true top dead center or road time it, see how it runs with changing the advance, but it feels like it's late. But I don't know how well this is going to show up with the camera. Probably not very well at all. But there's the timing pointer. It's about 10 degrees retarded, and I got the vacuum advance connected. You're supposed to do this with the vacuum advance disconnected. And I'm not sure if this is ported vacuum or manifold vacuum. It's ported vacuum because there's no vacuum there. So the timing is about 20 to 25 degrees retarded. So we're going to advance the timing and see how it sounds. So to advance the timing, you need to loosen off the distributor hold down and turn the distributor opposite the direction in which it rotates. Now it rotates this way according to the vacuum advance unit, because the vacuum advance unit would pull the vacuum, pull the distributor reluctor ahead of the distributor shaft. So the distributor turns this way, so to advance it we need to move it this way. But I'm going to do that while it's running, to listen to the change in the way it sounds. I don't want to have it too loose because I want to be able to hold there, yeah, like that. And of course the distributor is driving the oil pump. So let's give it a shot. Adjusted the base idle down to about 650. Let's see what it is in reverse. Yeah, it's about 600. That should be good. Let's see how it runs. Well, that's a significant improvement. It's funny how 25 degrees of spark advance helps improve the performance. Wow, this thing is like playing the steering box or something. Well, that's what you get for a 43-year-old vehicle. Greatly improved performance. So I did confirm while it was running with the vacuum advance disconnected that I had advance occurring when I revved the engine up, so that there's centrifugal advance in the distributor. And then I reconnected the vacuum dash pot on the vacuum advance unit and revved it up again, and I had more advance occurring, coming on quicker with a vacuum signal from the ported vacuum source on the carburetor. This thing runs pretty decent. I mean, there's a possibility that it could be tweaked to a little bit better. In other words, changing the timing advance curve, the advance weights, but I'm going to give it back to them the way it is. I think it's about the way it would normally run as far as I'm concerned, and hopefully it starts better now when it's cold. Obviously cold start is dependent on the choke, and there's a number of other subsystems that have to work, but wrong key. This truck has two keys, one for the ignition and one for the door. Seems pretty responsive now. So that's it. Not a real big mystery. Thanks for watching.